in charge of this organization actually feels really squicked out by sex work and sex workers. So even on people who are supposed to be on our side, who have been on our side for 25 years, are going, "Eee, you touched a pee-pee with that hand. Can't listen to you anymore." So it's still here. I grew up in Berkeley, California, the bastion of liberal tolerance, and the only discrimination I've ever experienced has been because I'm a sex worker. Unlike those who oppose my views, who forever complain that they've been silenced and censored by a vast patriarchal or libertine conspiracy, I've not had the opportunity to speak on this subject on national TV, major newspapers, or NPR. Those who oppose sex work never have any trouble getting on Nightline, Oprah, or Fox News, Gail Dines. But those who have direct experience of sex work must sit choking on our words while others tell lies about who we are, how we live, what we do, and why. In the eyes of our enemies, we're either Judas goats for other women, a symbol of society's decline, or pitiful victims brainwashed by, wait for it, the patriarchy. Another priority that must be addressed is the low cost of denigrating and defaming us. That is what makes it so easy for others to preserve the stigma surrounding sex work. We also need to create safety for workers. We need to build on the efforts and successes of clinics such as the St. James Infirmary that offers medical and legal services for workers, as well as expanding on the amazing work of the Desiree Alliance and SWOPE to bring organizational support to sex workers everywhere. What underfunded and discriminatory governmental social services fail to provide for sex workers must organize to provide for themselves and one another, which we are doing. We need to develop effective media responses and strategies. Until we can organize in numbers that can't be ignored, we'll continue to be shut out of the media discussion about ourselves and our lives. The other side has no trouble getting national media exposure and government grants, and they claim to speak for us when they clearly don't. We have to hone our media skills when it comes to delivering our own message, as the other side has proved so adept at doing. We don't enjoy the benefits of support from large political organizations, universities, and politically motivated charities. Just try to get grants for non-ideological study of sex or sex workers. Not possible. We're few in number, isolated in location, and of necessity, principally focused on supporting ourselves and our households. We must continue to fight for those rights of sex workers if we are to enjoy any of those rights as individuals. We must learn to tell our own stories and organize to do so. Everything from internet blogs and podcasts to theater workshops to gatherings such as this one provide opportunities for us to get our side of the story out. And now, thanks to the lovely mixed blessing of the internet, many people who aren't here today are going to be able to hear what we have to say. And always out there is one person who's going to go, "Oh my God, that's it." And you will have done it. So your words are important, your words are valuable, and they do reach people. What I really like about sex work and sex workers, of course, is how diverse we are. For all the hoopla about media images about men and women's bodies and what's appropriate, the fact that we're all here with the incredible range of age, body type, etc., and we're all making livings using our sex and sexuality, it's pretty awesome, I think. Because when it comes right down to it, all partners want is someone in the room with them who's interested in being there and happy to see them. That's really the main thing. It's about the human connection. And we need to educate the general public. We have to continue to earn our livings and find the time to conduct this struggle, which you're doing here by taking an entire week out of your lives. We do this by writing and speaking, as we do now. We cultivate connections in academia. We build organizations that can draft press releases on issues that concern us. We can attend meetings of governmental bodies contemplating actions that can benefit or harm us and make our voices heard. Our enemies are numerous, well-funded, and well-connected, and we are not. They hide behind respectability while taking our rights away. But not selfish crusaders, but rather exploiters who get tenure on our backs, do book tours promoting lies about us and our lives, and command handsome honorariums on the lecture circuit, willing only to help those of us who are shamed enough to leave our line of work and spew their rhetoric. I'm sorry, do I have issues? If they want to help us, they must get out of the way of harm reduction strategies that have been shown to work. Even in the relative sex workers' paradise of California's legal pornography industry, our STI harm reduction program, the Adult Industry Medical Healthcare Foundation, also known as AIM, which is the most successful HIV hazard mitigation program in the world, has been studied from all around the world, is under direct attack from politically and economically motivated organizations attempting to reintroduce prohibition under the guise of protecting pornography performers, who have already demonstrated for over a decade that they can protect themselves far better than any government-imposed mandate. We are locked in a bitter struggle in which lives hang in the balance with ruthless opponents who we can, will, and must stop. To do this, we must get the truth, which is nuanced and complex and not made into easy sound bites, out to the public at large. I have faith in the ability of that public to make informed decisions, but first, we must inform them. So in each individual locality, there are local battles that must be fought on the ground, which means taking risks and engaging in the hard and often thankless work of organizing people who are resistant, for good reason, to taking any public position that might expose the nature of what they do. If we fail to take these actions, rest assured that the Hitler-Stalin pact of neocon feminists like Donna Hughes, Gail Dines, and Melissa Farley will prevail in the debate over social policy regarding sex work. Whether from the religious right or the self-identified radical left, those who would deny sex workers their most basic right to practice their trade without fear of arrest are the ones who must be exposed as the hypocrites they are. When Melissa Farley comes off the bench to defend Elliot Spitzer, may get a boo hiss, on the op-ed page of the New York Times, you see the face of the enemy revealed. So it's up to all of us to make the public understand that in this argument there are indeed only two sides, our side and the wrong side. Ultimately, this is the single most important thing I would want you to remember from what I say today. This is a struggle for the hearts, minds, and wallets of liberals, those individuals who consider themselves to have an interest in progressive social policies. We must not allow others with hostile agendas to define what constitutes progressive social thinking about sex work for us. That is our job, and we must do it. To revive the old progressive slogan that serves so well in organizing workers in other industries, our battle cry must be, nothing about us without us. Thank you. You guys are great, thank you.